Agurin reclaimed his rank 1 title by cooking something new out. Storm Raider search Kha'Zix with Endless Hunger and Axiom Arc. Now let's see how does this work in practice. So your clear is plain and simple, you just spam your Q at the red and basically attack it as much as possible while you wanna kite it towards your Krugs. So far so good. So one of the good things about Kha'Zix is that yes, he's a skilled champion, but his clear is straightforward. You want to kite out the small Krug and use your Q on it, so that way you're gonna kill it as fast as possible, allowing you to get isolations on the big one. And the only trick that you also gotta utilize against Krugs is that once you kill the big Krug, it's gonna split into 4 small Krugs. You gotta spare your W for it, that way you will be able to kill it while maximizing out your clear speed as much as possible. Now in here you can already look on mid lane or on top lane opportunities, but on Kha'Zix you didn't really skill your E yet, which means you can't really practically gank pre-level 3, but you still get to move your camera in between camps. This way you can scout around. Now one important info, we spotted the Sylas on the Raptor. So what does this information even allow us to do? Well, he will have no counter dive opportunities in case the trades would go well on the top side, but unfortunately in here Orianna didn't really manage to push in or pressure enough Fion's HP, which means that there will be no dive opportunity. Another body language thing you can watch out for, Kha'Zix gonna gank top side soon, but the problem is that Yon walked downwards already warding the push, and the problem is this is a empowered warding spot because this allows to have this much amount of vision, so it means it's even more difficult to actually get an efficient top gank off. And as if now he does continue his clear, as I said, it's plain and simple, you just spam your abilities at the camps. But then what? We know that Sylas is batting downwards, he's already on the bot side Scuttle Scrap. And what's our next best option? Recalling. Interestingly enough, this is Agurin's new tactic, so he chooses to actually recall. And this way he actually gets his pickaxe because why does he even get his pickaxe so early, guys? He does actually run triple tonic, giving him 60 gold from the elixir of avarice. So far so good. We have our pickaxe. So what does that even mean? Once I gonna reveal the map, right? This Sylas is still in his bot side, cleared out the Scuttle Scraps, cleared out the rest of his camps, right? Now, we can see that what does Sylas even have in his inventory? Nothing else beside the Guswalker hatchling, so he does have a pickaxe of an advantage, which is really a big deal. Now, he's pulling off a mid gank, and you just guys have to learn that this pickaxe does matter really a lot for Kha'Zix, because his Q has a 220% AD ratio. It just simply means that he gets more than double amount of value from AD items, and this is where we can see Phase Rush in practice. Not only that you can use it offensively, but you can use it highly defensively once you don't have your E and flash up, and as far as we can see, he even survived a Camille Ignite Flash combo, which is really a big deal, while also allowing this Sylas to pick up as many kills as possible, setting him up to snowball as efficiently as possible. But this guy's name is Nubi, he's not Phantasm, but I suppose that will do. Now, if you guys notice, he barely has any HP and he has to hard kite out the camps. Now, if he does do this, he will be able to actually clear them out as fast as possible without losing tempo, because currently he would recall on nothing. If you guys notice, he didn't even have gold for a longsword pre-clearing the Krugs. What's also important to point out is that because Sylas was dead and no one else had an opportunity to actually invade him, he will be able to slow the region up and take these camps, while notably there were also no other options such as the Rakes or Krugs. I mean grubs, my bad. These things are very easy to confuse. He's also pinging as efficiently as possible the enemy Sylas ganks, because Sylas, if he gets few kills, he's one of the most snowballiest champions, both in mid lane, both in the jungle role. So that champion is genuinely scary, even if he only has 2 kills on the champion. Especially if he got very strong ultimates to steal. Now, fun fact, if you were to evolve your aura on Kha'Zix, Sylas would also steal the evolved version of it, but these days it's just mainly Q evolution, guys. Now, instead of even counter-ganking the Sylas by any mean, he actually highly prefers to pull a recall, and this way he will be able to get his level 6 in no time of the Scuttle Scrap that soon is spawning. This Sylas unfortunately also does get caught here, notably he actually manages to pick up at least 1 kill of this play, but here's the big but guys, Kha'Zix does actually get the Scuttle Scrap, hits his level 6 and evolves his Q. Now what does that even mean if Kha'Zix evolves his Q? So it's gonna actually refound 45% of its cooldown. There is no damage increase, but notably he also gets a basic attack range increase. And as you guys noticed that Camille was actually in lane, but Ezreal wasn't. So what does that allow us to do? Meantime he's doing the Gromp, he's also like fishing for opportunities to get a pick on this Ezreal if Blitzcrank manages to hit his hook. Unfortunately didn't connect. That's totally fine, he still managed to steal the enemy Gromp and get the Scuttle Scrap, setting up a nice CS advantage of 52 to 36. While also, you know, just continuing to clear his jungle. After finishing his bot side, he highly prefers to check on the Void Grabs just in case Sylas is flipping them. And notably, he highly prefers to clear the Krags out first, not the Drake, just because Drakes are way lower value than Grabs. And note that on Kha'Zix specifically, you don't really want to group together the Grabs, you actually just want to get your isolations on them. While with any other champion, yes, you would group them, with Kha'Zix it's opposite. This is actually the only champion where you clear it oppositely compared to other champions that do have AoE in their kit. And if he's ahead, he likes to expand his lead by invading the enemy jungler, notably with Voltaic, and by hitting your level 9 soon of this camp would be really important, because at level 9 you tend to actually get your third elixir, which gives you an extra skill point, and notably you also have your magical footwear at this stage of the game very soon at 11:15, yeah, and this is both a damage and a mobility power spike. As far as I noticed, he's also maximizing out his mobility. He's maxing his E on Kha'Zix, notably. He doesn't actually max his W for even more mobility. And even if you don't have your R, with Phase Rush you basically have a burst amount of mobility, similar as if you would have R, if it makes sense. So in here you'll be able to actually catch up in no time, and perhaps he can, nope, not even. So even as Kha'Zix, Agorin highly prefers to take consistent opportunities by constantly tracking the enemy jungle and notably looking for also dive opportunities, perhaps on the top side, because for now Orianna and he is fairly fast, so they can also like play out a nice dive. But for now he's also closing up to his 11, and 11 is a huge power spike for Kha'Zix because you get another evolution. Now interestingly enough, Yun already expands his E, and unfortunately Orianna doesn't have much mana, so he highly prefers to... Oh my god, the Phase Rush, that was perfectly maneuvered actually, extremely well played. After reaching level 11, his preferred evolution is W, and what does W even allow us to do? So it's a 40% slow, but it's 60% if people are isolated, which means that does set up super well a Blitzcrank Q actually. Perhaps a Orianna R as well on occasion. That's something very important to evolve if you have also teammates that would highly prefer to have that slow. Currently he wants to actually flank the enemy team. He even jumps in the bush so he doesn't even get randomly spotted by the minions. And in here I want to showcase the power of Phase Rush. I mean, it's called Storm Surge actually these days, combined with your art. Look at the burst of mobility you plainly have. That guy is literally uncatchable. He turns back with Herald, so he actually uses Herald offensively against the enemy team, not against the tower. It just seems like we can't really get a lot of, because sadly both guys at Blitzcrank already died, so it's mainly a disengage into clearing the mid wave, and potentially this Herald could actually like connect into the tower, but that's always depends if someone shows up to clear it or not. But it does seem like this Herald does actually allow him to get at least one plate, so there is some value to it, which is totally seem to be a good thing. Now it doesn't over forces, if you guys noticed, ever is invade, so if it's inconsistent, Sylas is there, then yes, he will not take that opportunity, he will not flip his bounty. And if you have an Orianna in your team, you get to be quite a good engager if she places her ball on you. And here unfortunately it wasn't placed, but you still have your safety of your R. And as much as you guys noticed, he does actually still prefer to actually go in aggressively to bait with his R, And this way Kalista manages to step up, manages to get the reset for Kha'Zix, right? So with the help of action, he did even get a rest. So yes, you can actually go for really good 1-for-1s if you have action in your team. Even if you don't, if it's a high value 1-for-1, it still should be totally fine, because this way your team does actually get to secure Baron in no time. And once Baron is out, now the game will be slowly but surely over. That's it for now. I hope you guys loved this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Thank you guys for watching.